Hi, Warwick Dunnett here. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Hope you enjoy these insights from Dance with Angels. For the first few minutes after the terrible news of Harrison's death, I was overcome with total disbelief and confusion. All I could say was no. No, over and over again. There was no rational thought. It was simply a refusal to believe. I asked questions, but the answers weren't sinking in. Again, the word no kept coming out of my mouth. A surreal no, as if I'd disconnected from my life and was no longer a part of the scene around me. You know this feeling if you've experienced the crippling shock of receiving an unexpected message that you've lost a child or somebody you deeply love. It's like the mind fogginess when you awaken from a dream. Confusion and an inability to figure out what's happening overwhelms your ability to think. As TobyMac says in the lyrics of 21 Years, my heart was shattered in 1,000 ways. The realization of that sets in later, after the initial shock and denial hits you. But when I first heard the devastating news, my reaction was more physical and one that can be better described as a case of mental shock. Initially, all I could do was shake my head in confusion, cry, try to breathe, and utter no over and over. Finally, I was able to say to Gail, who was calling, still on the phone, still crying, he's only 20, healthy, happy, in love, and safe. How can he be dead? It just isn't possible. There must be some mistake. A mistake. It can't be real. I wanted to see him and make sure it's Harrison. It can't be him. She too was overcome with confusion and pain. They won't let us see him, she said. I wanted to be with him so desperately, to hold him and make sure it was him they were talking about. It seemed so impossible to fathom. As I was speaking to Gail, I noticed an incoming call from Jacqueline, my daughter, and declined it. We can't tell her until we're sure, I thought. Neither of us could believe this was real, much less tell our daughter the news. I declined the call a second time. Then Jacqueline called back a third time. She must know, I said to Gail, but how? Taking a deep breath, I answered. I was scared to speak, but before I could even try, Jacqueline said, "It's not true, is it? Harrison's okay, right?" Jacqueline had received a notification and a picture of her dead brother over a social media platform before we could even tell her. Hi, Warwick again. Thanks for listening and watching the Dance with Angels audiobook sample. We've got more to come, and the entire book will be out in May, available at lighthouselanebooks.com, Shopify, and most major retail outlets. Thank you.